Hello, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to watch the opening fixture of matchday 19 of the 2025-2026 German Dritte Liga. Coming to you from the Energie Stadion, the final match of the calendar commences with a highly anticipated match between current league leaders Energie Cottbus and mid-table Jahn Regensburg. With over 10,000 tickets sold for this final home game, Die Roten, the men coached by Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, are keen to turn the page after their surprising defeat to VN Wiesbaden last weekend on a 3-1 scoreline, in which so many things went wrong. The starting 11 for Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, turning to a 4-4-2 formation, only 2 changes compared to that last defeat. It's Lukas Michelbrink and Timmy Thiele who come on. Eyes will surely be on Tolgai CJC and Eric Engelhardt, who between them have 23 goals scored. The defense of Simon Traudi, Nyamuke, Awarti Grant, Tim Kampoka, Leon Guara, hoping to keep a clean sheet this time, or at least do better, as Marius Funk will be in goal. As for Michael Wimmer, his men, he's turned for his 3-4-3 formation. They had an impressive 3-0 victory over Waldorf Mannheim with Felix Gebhardt in goal with the man-of-the-match performance. Only 2 changes made for Michael Wimmer. It's Oskar Schonfelder and Nick Seidel, who's returning from suspension, back into the starting 11. So despite the run of success for Energie Cottbus, Wollitz was seeing that his side are not exactly a true top team, but he's hoping that they finish with beauty. They have the second best attack in the Dritte Liga, still hold 2-point lead over second place SSV Duisburg, and are particularly strong at home this season, having only lost 1 match at the Energie Stadion this campaign. That was a 1-0 defeat to BeReal Osnabrück. However, arriving to spoil the party and cap off a ferocious run since matchday 11 are Jahn Regensburg, being led out of the tunnel by their captain Christian Kohlwetter, who grabbed his first goal of the season and first assist against Waldorf Mannheim. Their new coach, Michael Wimmer, well, relatively new, who arrived this season. He's brought the red shorts back to life after a difficult start to this campaign. However, they have only picked up 7 points of their 23 when playing away from home, so they'll need to create something new to emerge with something today. They can perhaps lean on their most recent victory when Felix Gebhardt made several brilliant saves in the first half. Also 2 goals were disallowed, but nonetheless in the second, Jahn Regensburg emerged with a 1-0 lead through Benedikt Sala, and after the break, the home supporters of Jahn Regensburg saw a different side and were able to celebrate 2 more times, once through vice-captain Felix Strauss from a corner and Christian Kohlwetter as well. Shaking of the hands between the 2 sides and shows the respect, the formalities before Dritte Liga football. You see the officiating team, head referee Justin Haasmann, taking charge of his 8th Dritte Liga game this campaign. Have to be very careful, as a 26-year-old has handed already 4 red cards this season. He'll be assisted by Lukas Jungfleisch and Niklas Diem, in charge of the lines. Klaus-Dieter Wollitz taking charge of his 435th game as head coach of Energie Cottbus, of course not consecutively. Has had 3 different spells, once between 2009 and 2011, and another between 2016 and 2019. Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, the only time he had faced Jahn Regensburg was during his tenure of BeReal Osnabrück back in 2012. He emerged victorious with a 3-0 victory at the time. That was also a Dritte Liga match. He's brought the club back up from the Regional Liga. This time last season, Energie Cottbus were also at the top of the table as promoted. And now they will be looking to finish as champions of autumn, a title that has no true significance in terms of what will take place at the end of the season, more symbolic, but something that they are clearly striving for here for the Lusatians. So it's Jahn Regensburg wearing their gray kits who get us kicked off for the final match day of the 2025 calendar year. Fresh off a victory, Jahn Regensburg after back-to-back defeats. Can they prolong the joy? Of course, it would take something special. Energie Cottbus are very well known for being an offensive powerhouse, but also for defending their home ground ferociously. They'll have to pierce Felix Gebhardt, Energie Cottbus as well, if they are to stand a chance of picking up points. He was phenomenal in denying Emmanuel Iwe, Terence Boyd, Kennedy Okpala, one of the hottest strikers in the Tweede Liga. Without his heroics, not so sure if Jahn Regensburg would have been able to grab the 3 points at the Jan Stadion. So here's Energie Cottbus building out from the back. Yamyeke Awoti Grant does enough to find Hahnemann, who has gone away from one, now two. He's on the right side, delivers a teasing ball. It's met by the header of Timmy Thiele. Yet to score a goal this season, Timmy Thiele, otherwise known as the Hammer. He gets a start this afternoon as Merveille Biancadi comes off the starting 11, and Dominic Pellevant picked up a red card against VN Wiesbaden in the first half, so his absence surely will be felt. Brilliant run from Moritz Hahnemann, getting on his wheels. The new signing from Würzburger Kickers, making his 14th appearance of the season under his new colors. Awoti Grant called to action. Doesn't exactly extinguish the danger. Jahn Regensburg dancing around the box. It's a lofted cross toward the far post. And the Italian fullback Simon Straudi on the case not once but twice. Receives the applause of the home faithful. Volleyed with intentions of sending it far and away. Jahn Regensburg, although they have had to defend, showcasing that they are able to create some spaces through the physicality of their forwards. Eric Hottmann is a tough client to deal with, likes to take up space and go to battle with the back line. That time made life quite uncomfortable for Awoti Grant. He's being searched for, but perfectly positioned was Lucas Michelbrink. Struggling to hold on to possession, Energie Cottbus in their own half. Jahn Regensburg take advantage to bring the ball down and resettle. That midfield diamond of Energie Cottbus, put in place by Klaus-Dieter Wortlitz, perhaps to bring numbers at the center, but Jahn Regensburg doing exceptionally well to be patient, control possession, not be too hasty to give the ball away and get countered. If anything, they're searching for wing players. Don't hesitate to play back to their reliable goalkeeper, Felix Gebhardt. Even in their most recent defeat to Hoffenheim 2, Gebhardt had an outstanding showing, almost saved the penalty, which ended up being the deciding moment of the match. Got a palm to it. There's the manager of the Wayside, Jahn Regensburg, currently in 13th place with 23 points. Side that were relegated from the Zweite Bundesliga. This time last year they were bottom of the table in 18th, where they finished. A season to forget, and Michael Wimmer was appointed to turn a new leaf. Awoti Grant, excuse me, that was Leon Guara. supporters. Jahn Regensburg, who traveled to Lusatia, letting their voices be heard, support their side who are wearing grey. Sebastian Stoltz, excuse me. You have to be careful, Energie Cottbus, because Jahn Regensburg also flourish when the game has stop-start moments. We saw against Waldorf Mannheim, their first goal arrived after a dead ball situation, a drop ball where Stoltz was heavily involved. Here is Stoltz. Lays it back, and perhaps against conventional wisdom, it's Jahn Regensburg who are much more comfortable with the ball at their feet and are playing simple passes, but never looking too threatened. Attracting the Energie Cottbus block, but they played with fire. Will they get burned? Timmy Thiele arms a shot! Just wide of the far post of Felix Gebhardt, who didn't take any chances, the goalkeeper. Perhaps even a little too comfortable at the Leag Energie Stadion. Timmy Thiele perhaps thought about passing for a half second, but with the goal scorer's mindset, rifled the low shot, and his trajectory just missed. So they have that in their arsenal as well. Energie Cottbus to recover high, and with all that density at the center of the pitch, there's options as well. Perhaps Thiele could have thought about passing to Tolgaj Sijersi, top goal scorer of the Dritte Liga this season, with 12 goals to his name. Schoenfelder. He's one to throw in. The delivery blocked by Simon Straudi, the fullback who making his 6th appearance this season. The first Italian to wear the Energie Cottbus colors. Here he is defending again. Simon Straudi has taken the starting position from Henry Rohrig, who is now on the bench. Henry Rohrig made a comeback after a couple of weeks, or 3 to be specific, where he had heart issues. Although it was ruled out, it did weigh on him. He did speak to the press in saying, came on at the halftime against Wien Wiesbaden and scored his 2nd of the season. However, 8 minutes later, Wien Wiesbaden were back in the lead and never looked back. Final score on match day 18 was 3-1. Oh, it's a good touch from Hermes. Tried to do a little bit too much there. And there to pounce on that loose ball was Michelbrink. Sijersi, he loves those positions. The midfield maestro of Energie Cottbus finds Timmy Thiele. Does well enough to win a corner kick. First one of the match. We're seeing two styles being reflected here. Energie Cottbus keen on playing with quick counter-attacking, recovering perhaps a little bit high, and a couple of direct passes to their midfielders, especially Tolgaj Sijersi, who has the precision of a dart thrower. Turkish midfielder. Piping hot form. Rumors circulating in the recent weeks that Rot-Weiss Essen were interested in his services, but his agent batted it down. It's an in-swinging cross at the second post. Gebhardt gets high with his gloves to punch it away. And referee Justin Haasmann blows his whistle to cut the action and offer some respite to Jahn Regensburg. Seemed as if Gebhardt's punch did just enough to knock the wind out of the sails of that corner kick. Headed forward. It's well worked between Kulveta and Hotman. Kulveta is going to try to get on the end of it again, but Straudi reacted quicker. It's poorly given away by Benedikt Schaller. Offers Energie Cottbus a chance to play quickly, as we've seen in the opening 10 minutes. Space on the right. Try to find Sigesi with the through ball. Was Moritz Hahnemann. And with a direct style of play themselves, some variation from Jahn Regensburg, but Awati Grant says that's for me. Well played by Nyamyekwe Awati Grant. Signing from Stuttgart Kickers. Carrying forward is Kampolka. Engelhardt back to goal. We haven't seen Eric Engelhardt with the ball in a dangerous area just yet. A couple of months he'll be celebrating 1 year at the club. Arrived last winter. So Jesse getting on his favored left foot. Spaces for Borgman. Attempted the shot from far. In the end, blocked before it could really reach any form of danger. Simon Saudi very high up on the pitch. Late in his challenge on Benedikt Schaller. One of the most prominent players of Jahn Regensburg history, the number 6. He's featured over 250 times for Jahn Regensburg over his career. He's been at the club since 2016 and played an instrumental part in their victory on matchday 18 as well. Adrian Fein, the former Bayern Munich youth player. A little bit of a misunderstanding between Schoenfelder, who, although positioned as perhaps a center back in a back three, is coming up very high. There he is, Schoenfelder pressing Saudi, and he's rewarded for all his efforts. Just in front of the technical area of Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, the head coach of Energie. And despite suffering a few scares, Jahn Regensburg at ease with the ball at their feet, perhaps the confidence brimming after a solid victory against an in-form opponent in Waldorf Mannheim. Energie Cottbus not settling into this match quick enough. Of course, supporters of Energie Cottbus would be very much familiar with how at ease they are at scoring late in matches. The stat shows that 7 goals of Energie Cottbus' 40 this season have been scored after the 90th minute, including a late winner against SSV Duisburg, the most recent one. They have a throw in their own half, but Leon Guara taking his time, perhaps not too many solutions. A little bit of a lack of mobility in Energie Cottbus. Can't forget that they are dealing with a flurry of injuries. Elias Bethke has been absent for quite a long time, but Yanis Jugel, Jonas Hoffmann, Justin Butler, and King Manu all sidelined. Also Dominic Pelivan missing from the fray. He plays such a key role. And in a position where perhaps he wouldn't have lost the ball, Lucas Michelbrink does. And that offers Jahn Regensburg another spell to reset and try to unlock some spaces. Breaking ball from Benedikt Schaller to find Hotman in the interval. 3 players to search for in the box, and they've won their first corner kick. And perhaps the supporters starting to groan a little bit here at the Leag Energie Stadion. They're realizing their 11 wearing the red are on the back foot. Of course, Marius Funk hasn't had to make any saves just yet. But in the way possession has swayed, it's clearly in favor of the visitors. Here's Adrian Fein. Can he pick a teammate with an outswinging corner? That's at the penalty spot. He does! Oh, it's an incredible save from Marius Funk. It's not over yet. Jahn Regensburg, the captain, Kovac, it's a double save. Marius Funk. That first one, if he could take a picture and frame it in his house, he would. There's a looping header. Perfectly connected by Lucas Hermes. Got higher than everyone. Kulvetter clever dancing in the box. Beautiful delivery. A lot of the power was generated by Hermes, who's in movement. And then Kulvetter got the best of Guara. Got onto his left foot, which he's very comfortable with. And that's a warning sign. Cottbus struggling to deal with the waves of attacking. This time it's the captain, Axel Borgman, protecting his near post. Of course, that's why you sign goalkeepers. Marius Funk, who spent last season at Ingolstadt. The second half was on the bench. Adrien Fein, third corner kick in a row. And Funk safely captures under the applause of the faithful. The Lag Energie Stadion. Clearance seems as if it was a little wayward. It's a little bit of a shame. Got a little bit too hasty. The VfB Stuttgart youth product, who was signed as a solution for the injury to Elias Bethke, who is on his road to recovery since tearing a tendon in August. Jahn Regensburg deal with the quick attack. Energie Cottbus looking at the assistant referees. Justin Haasmann didn't blow his whistle. It's Felix Strauss, who in his challenge fell over Timmy Thiele. Strauss does brilliantly well to get the ball away from Timmy Thiele. Strong and brave challenge from Nick Seidel. Back after picking up a red card against Hansa Rostock. What a pass that is for Hotman. Disguised one into the box. And with the tip of his foot, Lucas Hermes almost got past, well, tried to slide one in past Marius Funk, who is looking very sharp. And it's a bit of an opposite tale of what we saw on matchday 18 for Jahn Regensburg, who were suffering against Waldorf Mannheim in the opening 45 minutes. This time, they seem to be very sure with their game plan. Michael Wimmer perhaps has carefully studied the Energie Cottbus weaknesses. Doesn't seem as if the midfield are having any impact. And the Energie Cottbus defense are having to deal with strong presence inside the box. Lucas Hermes, his run was perfect. Slid in between those two center backs. But will they live to regret those missed opportunities? Jahn Regensburg only picked up 2 victories away from home this season. Energie Cottbus in possession in their own half, but pressed by Jahn Regensburg. That'll do them a world of good. Lucas Michelbrink spreading out to Simon Straudi. Doesn't take too much time to find the forwards. Timmy Thiele into the interval. Well followed through by Sebastian Stolz. Axel Borgman, not the paciest of midfielders. The Schalke 04 Academy graduate. Perhaps that was the best chance of this opening half so far. Well, the clearest cut, it's Lucas Hermes. Pure goal scoring forward. Doesn't have the stats to really prove it this season, however, just 2 goals. He really is growing into the role he's been given by Michael Wimmer. Oh, that's happy feet from Tolgay CJC. Isn't he delightful to watch? Moritz Hahnemann. We're seeing several attempts from distance from Energie Cottbus. Perhaps that was something worked on in the training ground to threaten Felix Gebhardt from far. Of course, they do have the talent. No doubt about that. to hit the target, but so far, none of the shots from distance have forced a save from Felix Gebhardt. Let alone found the target. Nick Seidel. Can he combine with Schoenfelder? Instead, he'll play it back to Adrian Fein. No, excuse me, it was the captain, Christian Kulvetter. Here's Fein. The center circle. Quickly forgotten by Borgman and can turn. Plays a cushioned pass to Schoenfelder. A little bit of trickery from Schoenfelder. Growing in confidence. Can he get a give and go? He gets on the end of it with his left foot. Great dribbling from Schoenfelder. It's really caused havoc. The shot from outside the box and slipping at a key moment was Benedikt Sala. The 33-year-old would have loved to score back-to-back matches. Playing in the Dritte Liga this season, but Benedikt Sala is one of the players on this Jahn Regensburg side who have featured in the Bundesliga during his tenure with Mainz. Lucas Hermes collects a foul. Overall, there hasn't been any malicious challenges in this game. It's been very clean, and we're seeing two sides showcasing their strategies. Energie Cottbus with the quick slicing football. Guara, the overlapping run of Borgman buys him a little bit of time. The header from Engelhardt, and it's the back of the net. He doesn't need too many chances at all, does he? The Panzer! Eric Engelhardt. And that's a looping header. We saw one earlier where Lucas Hermes failed against Marius Funk, but Eric Engelhardt finds success. Doesn't put much power, but Felix Gebhardt perhaps will be putting his hand to his face there. Could he have done better? Let's have a look at it again. CJSC involved, of course, spreading it wide, and then Borgman's run offers a little bit of time for Guara to play a precise pass, and Gebhardt very poorly positioned. And then he was just late, a couple of seconds late, which allows for Eric Engelhardt. All he had to do was find the target, and he gets his 12th goal of the season. The tank. And it's 1-0 for the league leaders, who with these 3 points are on 38. Eric Engelhardt now in an offside position. But we barely saw the 27-year-old forward, who is having an incredible season. But it doesn't take much. And Jahn Regensburg are pierced. They'll be kicking themselves. They were establishing their style of play, but it's Energie Cottbus' quick transitions, which they stayed true to. They stayed faithful to. Tausita Volitz, credit to the 60-year-old manager. Incredible how his side rolled with the punches, so to speak, and then found the opener, breaking the deadlock and offering the Leag Energie Stadion supporters here big moment of joy. Of course, they'd like to cap off 2025 with an even better performance than their 2024-2025 season, where last year they finished first and champions of autumn with 37 points. A victory would give them 38. Would also offer them their 7th victory of the season at home. Well read by the Austrian center-back Felix Strauss. Schoenfelder, who is looking very at ease with the ball at his feet this match. Schoenfelder can understand why he's gotten the start over Robin Ziegele. Offers a little bit more of an offensive presence. Can't can't forget Eric Engelhardt inside the box. Not the tallest fellow either. 1 meter only. Here's Adrien Fine. He's going to pick a ball in. Straight into the gloves. And Lucas Hermes, 0. Marius Funk, 3 in that duel between the two. Hermes has had 2 headers denied. 1 shot on target blocked by Marius Funk, who's putting on a clinic. There's Guara. Picked up his 2nd assist of the season. His first came in that 3-3 draw against Saarbrücken. Yeah, Schoenfelder so composed with the ball at his feet. Adrien Fine as well. That's no surprise there. And then Hermes couldn't generate, similar to Engelhardt, didn't generate much power, but this time you could see the difference when a goalkeeper is positioned properly. Not to say Felix Gebhardt isn't capable of heroics, but this time maybe regretting to have anticipated to be at that 2nd post. It's costly mistakes, especially at this state, at this level of football, the Dritte Liga. Which can shift a match. Moritz Hahnemann believed the throw-in should have been in the favor of De Rotten, but it's going to go the opposite direction. This was quite a big week for Jahn Regensburg, nonetheless. They were mentioned at the FIFA The Best Awards. It's the Dr. Andreas Halas-Nürking who received the FIFA Fair Play Award after saving the life of a fan in their crucial match against FC Magdeburg. Speaking of, he may be called to action now. The team doctor of Jahn Regensburg since 1995. Engaging discussion between Axel Borgman, the captain, and Tristan Hassmann. Let his arms flail a little bit. The captain. Rammed right into Leopold Wurm. He's yet to get back onto his feet. But can just cap off Halas-Nürking, the team doctor, who quick reacted to a fan who was in critical condition, rushed to the home supporters section of FC Magdeburg and resuscitated him. Incredible bravery, but incredible competencies. He also made sure the Magdeburg fan was stable enough to be transferred to a local hospital. And it was that life-saving action which was what earned him the FIFA Fair Play Award. So, well played, Andreas Halas-Nürking, very well deserved. So play has resumed. Felix Gebhardt search forward with a long ball met by I believe that was Lucas Herrmann, but it was Eric Kottmann. Marius Funk. Funk in his own 6-yard box under a little bit of pressure. And his weaker left foot finds Hahnemann. Great sense of anticipation from Axel Borgman. But Energie Cottbus, too true to their style of play, trying to play as directly as they can. Return possession to the visitors, and at the half-hour mark, it's 1-0 in favor of Energie Cottbus. The goal of Eric Engelhardt so far proving to be the decider. And with these 3 points going into the weekend, Energie Cottbus will have 38 points, provisionally 5 over chasers MSV Duisburg in 2nd place and 6 over SC Verl in 3rd. Goal of Eric Engelhardt scored at the 22nd minute. The intensity has quite dropped since the goal. It was much more end-to-end stuff, prior to Eric Engelhardt's opener. Since then, it's kind of had the effect of a punch to the stomach. But Jahn Regensburg looking to bounce back finally. Kulvetter, Schonfelder's followed up. He's on his weaker right foot. He's going to go for goal. Skies it. Got a lot of power behind his less strong foot, but kept sailing upwards. Michael Wimmer. At least his performance, and the side's performance in the first half has been far from listless. Against Waldorf Mannheim, they truly were devoid of much quality. They were bailed by their goalkeeper, as well as perhaps 2 goals ruled offside. Waldorf Mannheim should have executed better. In any case, this performance has been positive, but they've come up a very strong goalkeeper in Marius Funk, and were punished by the oh-so-capable and energetic Eric Engelhardt, who has that gift of allowing himself to, at the same time, attract a lot of defenders, which allows for his teammates to express themselves, but also escape and cause damage. Here he is, Eric Engelhardt, working for his side on the defensive this time. Guara. And it's recovered. So possession has firmly been in favor of the visitors, but they haven't been able to convert that possession into a goal. Players down. Appears to be Lucas Hermes. Difficult day at the office for the former FSV Frankfurt striker. His work rate on and off the ball is one of the reasons why Jahn Regensburg signed him. As in his duel with Tim Kampulka that received a knock to the head. Reset. But over the past 10 minutes, we haven't seen a lot of intensity. Energie Cottbus content with their lead. Sweet sweeping slide tackle from Moritz Hahnemann. A winger by trade, but getting his shorts dirty to help his side. And now pressing high upon the pitch. Almost as if in defensive situations, it's almost like a 4-3-3. You can see Hahnemann playing in a striking role with Eric Engelhardt and Timmy Thiel as wingers, depending on the context. And now Simon Straudi he's been impressive as well. Straudi on his right side, blocking a lot of the attacks that have been coming through via Oscar Schonfelder, Nick Seidel, and Kulvetter. Of course, they found success, Jahn Regensburg. Oftentimes bringing a lot of numbers forward. Here's Seidel. Door was blocked, so plays backwards to Adrien Fein. He neither can provide the solution, that creative spark. There has to be a little bit of an offensive trigger. We've seen Schonfelder, we've seen Kulvetter. Seems that they're going to send it long. It's Hotman going to do on Straudi, winning his duel. Excellent work from the Italian fullback. Tirelessly working, perhaps also needing to showcase his value and importance in the starting 11 when Henry Rohrich is back to health. Of course, playing time so important. That's why Simon Straudi joined Energie Cottbus. Joined coming from an Austrian club, Klagenfurt, in the top flight, so clearly intentions to be part of a project where they can climb up the divisions. Timmy Thiele helping the cause with his defensive efforts now. That was Hannemann's slide tackle earlier. Here's Benedikt Schaller. Can they inject some pace? We need a little bit of rhythm from Jahn Regensburg if they are to unsettle this Energie Cottbus defense. So far it's 0-2 predictable. Starting to come off against, looking as if the wall of Die Roten is impermeable. We can also be a little bit critical of Energie Cottbus. They haven't tried their best to find that second just yet, but as we've seen, it doesn't take much. 2-3 key passes and they can unlock openings. Sigersi, oh, it's brilliantly done. The fake by Timmy Thiele. Player goes to ground, but in the end the attack is thwarted. Very clever from Timmy Thiele to let the ball go through his legs. Hannemann was found, and that's a precise tackle. I believe it was Felix Strauss who committed to the challenge and was sure to make contact with the ball. Got some of the player as well, but brave defending. Seidel. Jahn Regensburg, can they break the first line? Energie Cottbus retreating well. Nguara stepped forward to break the attack from developing. It's been a tame final quarter of an hour to this match so far. But can Jahn Regensburg light up the match and offer a little bit of suspense going into the halftime? Offsides called by assistant referee, and Justin Haschmann communicating, blows his whistle and makes it official. The flag had gone up on that far side. Definitely wasn't on the initial cross, but yes, on the second, seems as if it was the right decision. Although Lucas Hermes had several good opportunities in the first 20 minutes, it's Energie Cottbus's Eric Engelhardt. His header is what's currently offering an important 3 points against a valiant Jahn Regensburg, who away from home haven't proven to be successful. Borgman trying to settle with the ball at his feet. Doesn't do so smoothly, but in the end it's still in possession of Die Roten. Trying to work something out on the left, but there's a contact, and Justin Hassmann blows a whistle on Moritz Hannemann. He's been very active in his running, Hannemann. Playing in his second stint in the Dritte Liga. The left-footed number 11 of Energie Cottbus. Eager to leave a mark. Long clearance from Gebhardt. Found Hotman. But immediately recovered by Energie Cottbus. Hannemann dispossessed. Jahn Regensburg win the ball up high up, but run right into a wall of Die Roten's midfielders. That's what he's done so well, Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, in setting up his side for today's match. So much density. It seems as if Jahn Regensburg had found the keys in the opening part of this first half. But once the energy levels balanced out, Energie Cottbus have truly found their their stride defensively, know exactly where to position themselves, and always almost have 10 players behind the ball. Starts with Timmy Thiele, Engelhardt, and Hahnemann. They're the first line of defense, and as you can see, Timmy Thiele has won a throw in, applauded by his manager, Bullets. And even if they do lose the ball in their own half, Jahn Regensburg oftentimes play backwards and struggle to find the openings between the lines. Sigessi gets away from one. Beautifully dosed pass into the path of Eric Engelhardt. The touch is a little far, but he's going to get the fortunate bounce, and he finds the back of the net for the double. That's all it takes. One pass from Sigessi. Technical brilliance from Engelhardt. And he loves it, Klaus-Dieter Wollitz. Blowing kisses to the team, blowing kisses to the supporters. And it's Engelhardt's shot that kissed the post. Gets away from one and doesn't take much more time on the ball. That's the intelligence of Sigessi. Engelhardt gets away from one as well. It's naive defending from Jahn Regensburg against perhaps experienced attacking of Energie Cottbus. Leopold Wurm evades the slide and gets his 13th goal of the season. He's now top goal scorer of the Dritte Liga, while Togay Sigessi gets his 8th assist. Wonderful combination between these two, who are able to find each other almost with their eyes closed. And without dominating per se in terms of possession, Energie Cottbus, via the scoreline, deserve their lead. They've been the most clinical. They've taken their chances. It's a bit of a learning lesson for Jahn Regensburg, who, arriving from the Zweite Bundesliga, the second flight this season, are having to deal with a team that are very well drilled. Just have to wonder what Michael Wimmer will say at the halftime. He is known to have words of wisdom that can pivot matches. So Klaus-Dieter Wollitz can anticipate it's going to be, let's go and do more of the same. There's obviously a lot of running off the ball to disrupt Jahn Regensburg, but also position themselves well. It's a very sophisticated defensive, and look at that. Michelbrink, his intervention at the midfield is applauded. Then trying to go forward with a quick pass. Togay Sigessi, not known for his defensive efforts, but committing himself to go to duel. What a story Togay Sigessi has as well. He's experienced the highs and lows of professional football. Developed himself at VfL Wolfsburg. Great defensive play from Schraudi. Can Jahn Regensburg draw one back? They're committing many numbers forward, and in the end, it's Schraudi. Perhaps the unsung hero of this first half, Simon Schraudi. Getting his 5th start in a row, has earned the confidence of his manager. Of course, the last time Energie Cottbus and Jahn Regensburg met in professional football was quite a long time ago, or relatively speaking. 2014-2015 Dritte Liga season. Energie Cottbus went on to win that match 4-1 here at the Lag Energie Stadion. There's a hat-trick from Tim Kleidenist. Against, excuse me for pronunciation, but now Eric Engelhardt is just one away from equaling that performance. He'll surely have some time to do so. Tensions flaring a little bit on the pitch, and Justin Hassmann, the referee of this encounter, having to mediate a heated discussion between Schoenfelder and Timmy Thiele, both number 7s. Now crossed 45 minutes of regulation time and just 2 minutes of stoppage time. Saudi clears it. Timmy Thiele is going to press. Felix Gebhardt remains cool. Bavarian club. Can they offer themselves a little bit of a reward for all their efforts in this first half? From a psychological point of view, a late goal can have so many benefits. They have to pierce this defense, and it doesn't seem as if they have the solution. Perhaps in need of some tactical adjusting, which can come from Michael Wimmer, the former Motherwell FC manager in Scotland. They have to be careful because Energie Cottbus, with 2 passes, can find themselves in a dangerous situation. We've seen it already twice this evening. Hahnemann. It's not over just yet. There's numbers. Guara found Sigesi. His shot was blocked. Saudi. He'll search for... He'll play fake cross actually, and Sigesi with the clever step overs. Jahn Regensburg extinguished the fire. Energie Cottbus coming so close to scoring the third. Only took them 1 minute to go from their box to their opponents. Goes to show the pace that they have, and that's been the difference in this opening 45 minutes. While Jahn Regensburg perhaps too patient in possession, they didn't take their chances either through Lucas Hermes. They came up against a strong Marius Funk, and then Eric Engelhardt struck at the decisive moment, first at the 22nd minute, and then just before the 40th. It's been a textbook masterclass in terms of tactical setup by Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, who is sailing towards a 7th win at home against SSV Jahn Regensburg, and perhaps towards that title of Champions of Autumn. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half. Welcome back to the Energie Stadion, where Energie Cottbus league leaders have a 2-0 lead over their visitors, Jahn Regensburg. It was a bit against the run of play when Energie Cottbus scored the first and the 22nd minute. It was after Marius Funk, their goalkeeper, made several key saves which prevented Jahn Regensburg from opening the lead. From that point on, the tempo had slowed down significantly, and on another textbook link-up between Tolkai CJC and Engelhardt, they would find that second goal at the 41st minute, effectively giving themselves a bit of a cushion going into this halftime. Well, the second half, excuse me. Still, all is yet to play for. If Jahn Regensburg can find the same style and flow of play that seemed to be causing problems in the opening 20 minutes, and claw one back, then who knows? Anything can happen, but by all means, they will have to attempt something different as well, given that their record away from home is so poor. As Hermes runs into a very firm Lucas Michelbrink. He's done a great job replacing the suspended Dominic Pelivan. Picked up a red card before the halftime on match day 18 in that defeat to Van Wiesbaden. So is Michael Wimmer. We'll have to see if he was able to instill faith, belief, but also perhaps some real instructions onto how to find the chinks in the armor of Energie Cottbus. Of course, they have now tied SSV Jahn as the top offense of the Dritte Liga. Here they come, Jahn Regensburg. Tim Kampulka, like a firefighter, made sure his last-ditch challenge worked out. Energie Cottbus have conceded a fair amount of goals this season, 31. So they are not exactly a side that are known for their defensive solidity, but as of now, they've relied on good enough performance from Marius Funk to keep Jahn Regensburg firmly at bay. For those of you just joining us, it's Jahn Regensburg playing in their grey away kits, attacking from left to right, and Energie Cottbus from right to left in their red. Of course, the second goal arrived at a critical moment, 5 minutes from the halftime whistle. CJC getting his 8th assist of the season, linking up with Eric Engelhardt. It's been an attacking duo that has been so successful. Frederick Sala commits a foul. No cards brandished by referee Justin Haschmann in this match. His 8th official Dritte Liga match this campaign. His 20th in his career. Camera pans on Klaus-Dieter Wollitz, taking charge of his 485th match as head coach. He did say before this match that we are deservedly top of the table, and that's how the team will play. Set piece goes out of bounds. Said we will play with maximum conviction and self-confidence, and the team is fired up. Wants his side to give it their all one last time before going into the Christmas break. Of course, Dritte Liga will resume on match day 20th on the weekend of January 15th. Here's Jahn Regensburg. Energie Cottbus. His cross swept out of the air by Funk. Sigesi surrounded by Regensburg players, but plays a simple back pass. They're going to work it all the way back to Funk, who the one-touch dispatch tried to find Sigesi. Felix Strauss contesting the decisions of Hashman. So it's been a choppy start to this second half. Not exactly the free-flowing football that we were provided by Jahn Regensburg in the opening minutes of the first. They're going to try to convert this free kick into a look on goal. Adrian Fein has 7-8 players to search for. It's by the back post. Timmy Thiele rises to it. Sent back in. Cottbus doing everything they can to push back the attack. They do so finally, and Timmy Thiele facing goal, charging, dashing towards the box. Prevented in his stride by Benedikt Schala. Borgman. Thiele yet again. Gets it back. It's a good give and go. Thiele rifles it straight at the goalkeeper, Gebhardt. He'll get a second bite. Sends it over. But Hahnemann and Thiele, it's almost too easy. And Thiele still yet to find his first goal of the season. Perhaps very frustrating from last season's one of the top goal scorers. Didn't pick that second post, instead shot straight at Gebhardt, who didn't have much to do than to stand firmly in his spot. It's a good save nonetheless, because at 3-0 you could almost close the book on this match. From a confidence point of view, Timmy Thiele is doing everything he can to keep his head up and stay positive, yet he's yet to find his first goal of the season. It's not through lack of trying. Hahnemann doing well to eventually get it to him. It's a little bit too easy. It's poor defending from Jahn Regensburg, who don't follow up with Timmy Thiele. It's a simple give and go. So you see Jesse taking the corner kick. It's cleared provisionally. Guara slipping and trying to keep the play alive. Leon Guara picked up the assist on the first goal with his right foot. Against Van Wiesbaden, he was substituted off at the halftime for Henry Roerich. Notably due to the red card given to Dominique Pelivan. Long throw in from the Gambian, German fullback. Hartmann takes a great touch. Plays an even better ball almost. And Jahn Regensburg almost imitating their opponents, using that direct style of play. Nearly find their captain, Christian Kurvetter, on a one-on-one. Great bit of technique from Energie Cottbus to take the touch, hold off the defenders, and play that ambitious pass. Needed to be perfect, and it nearly was. So Jahn Regensburg, as much as they do appreciate those patient build-ups, can work the ball forward with quick passing as well. They have that in their arsenal. All that's missing is the finishing touch. Here's Hotman. He was thinking about perhaps having a shot, thought a little too long about it, and Hahnemann was there to block it. See Jesse, he's going to be late. Kuveta does well. Bounces all the way through. And that would have had to be very special from Sebastian Stolz. Had that found the back of the net. Sebastian Stolz has been very discreet. The German under-20 national team player. Well, the former under-20, of course. It's quite a bit of time ago. Had a decisive role in matchday 18's victory. We haven't seen a lot of play take place on his side. Hahnemann, sure in his defensive work. Engelhardt on the follow-through of his pass forward, seems to have made contact with one of the Jahn Regensburg players. Stolz. Michael Wimmer motioning to his assistants. Perhaps it is time to get some substitutes ready to switch things up. Of course, Jahn Regensburg are without their top goal scorer for now, Noel Eichinger. Of course, him as well as Nico Oliveira and Davis Asante are all sidelined with the flu. Stolz goes to ground, and Axel Borgman. Perhaps that'll be his final warning before he picks up a yellow card. You can imagine Justin Hashman said to the 31-year-old captain of the Roten. He's had quite an illustrious career during his days in Liechtenstein, where he won 3 trophies. Free kick is dealt with too easily, and sugar and spice from Tolgay Sijesi. Beautiful pass to follow the nutmeg. And he's following up with his play. Sijesi covers around 70 meters to go towards the end. Nobody home. Timmy Thiele. His cross poorly dealt with. Jahn Regensburg go from perhaps having an attacking chance from the set piece to calling all men on deck to defend. That's the brilliance in the tactical setup by Klaus-Dieter Wollitz. Quick transitions and also dedication to the play. Tolgay Sijesi not only launched a long ball, covered an immense amount of ground. High foot there from Stolz, and that will surely be the first yellow card of this match. Sebastian Stolz, who joined Jahn Regensburg from SV Sandhausen in the summertime, but had already worn the colors of the Bavarian club between 2017 and 2021. No debating that decision. Dangerous play for sure, especially as Hahnemann had his head downwards. Fortunate to not have suffered worse. Moritz Hahnemann. So a little bit less than 15 minutes played so far in the second half, and it's been a little bit of a toothless reaction. We see on the replay, Felix Strauss has picked up his 8th yellow card of this season for complaining. towards the referee. So 2 in quick succession for the visitors. The Leag Energie Stadion content with the result and the outcome so far, but would be even delighted to celebrate for a 3rd time. However, Saudi, who had such a good first half, has been pickpocketed in a dangerous area. But he's made up for it thanks to some help from his teammates as well. Crisis averted. Strong work in the duel from Hahnemann. In the end, just couldn't get his foot on the ball. Interesting build-up play from Jahn Regensburg, but going down the middle, it's always going to be difficult with that diamond formation put in place. Highlight reels from Tolga Sigesi on the dribbling. Oh, it's just his brain works differently, his body works differently, and Timitil is off to the races. Overextended his arm, too eager to win that foot race. Thiele. CJC, he's capable of doing so much with just a flick of the heel. Destabilizes the entire block. We could see the nutmeg earlier too. It's been an absolute display of skill, but also marrying it with efficiency. He's picked up an assist this evening as well in front of his home faithful. Of course, Energie Cottbus supporters will be very much relieved on... Oh, that's a shot from distance! Beautiful goal! It's Salah! No, it's Kulveta, excuse me, the captain! And shifting from left to right, sends an absolute rocket, which turns the match on its head. Well, a lot of the focus was surely on Tolga CJSC's technical brilliance. It's Kulveta who responds. Oh, and he makes it look easy himself, but that is a very difficult bit of football to achieve. Shifting to his right and sending a lasered effort past Marius Funk. And Kulveta gets his 2nd goal in as many games. And now, it's game on. Guara. Last touch comes off an Energie Cottbus player, so Soso, excuse me. Oh, that's poorly given away. Careless in possession. Energie Cottbus. Can they play quickly forward? Axel Borgman gets a touch before he's brought down by Leopold Wurm. He's tripped. So it's the captain, Christian Kulveta, who has taken his responsibilities. Made his return on match day 15 after serving a long red card suspension, as well as being injured for quite some time. See how much the goal meant to Felix Strauss in his celebrations. And Lucas Hermes, he's taken off. The forward. Frustrating day. And Noel Eichinga makes his highly anticipated return to action. Stoltz, whose influence wasn't as great in this match as it was on match day 18, understandably exits the pitch. So some fresh legs for Jahn Regensburg as they look to complete their comeback. Hotman just a couple of steps behind Guara. Eichinga, first impressions are positive. One-touch delivery at that back post. It's a confirmation that Stolz has come off for Benedikt Bauer. So they'll be both on the right-hand side. You see Bauer wearing number 26. And then fine, Eichenga. Continued pressure from the visitors, and Energie Cottbus now having to deal with a shift in momentum. Truly did come from individual brilliance nonetheless. It's not as if Jahn Regensburg were trending towards this moment. Oh, what a save on the second! Marius Funk! The hero so far. Jahn Regensburg are turning up the heat. And Christian Kurvetter almost pouncing on that spillage. The initial shot was well saved, and then Marius Funk got back to his feet to meet the captain of Jahn Regensburg. Denied with his leg. Phenomenal goalkeeping from Funk. Appears as if the goal may not have stood anyhow. Kurvetter was perhaps in an offside position. Or was he the last to get a touch to it? Regardless, the first save was fantastic as well. And Jahn Regensburg, as I said, perhaps the curse of the commentator, weren't trending towards this offensive wave after wave of play, but they're now collectively looking brilliant! Off the bar! It was Adrien Fein! What a marvelous curled shot from the former Waldorf Mannheim midfielder. Oh, that would have been ice. It was actually, no, it was Benedict Bauer, the substitute. Lays it down with his right, sent it with his left, no hesitation whatsoever. And you can't get much closer to scoring than that. So unfortunate. And this truly is a positive spell for Jahn Regensburg. But they have to convert, or else they risk being punished by a quick counterattack. Well spread out by Bauer. Schoenfelder waiting for solutions, waiting for options inside the box perhaps. Plays it back. It'll be sent in finally, bounces towards the penalty area. Cottbus looking quite stunned on their feet. Not able to create something offensively of themselves. And Volec, who's been seated on his chair for much of this second half. What can he be conjuring up in his mind? Can he turn to his bench? Of course, there's so many offensive players that are missing for Energie Cottbus. Whether it's Justin Butler, Yanis Bozyaris, even defensively, King Manu. Also unavailable. Perhaps a player with the profile of Merveille Biancadi could do some good. But right now it's all Jahn Regensburg. Late on that challenge. Energie Cottbus. Adrien Fein gets away from one. Ambitious Paul in between the fullback and the center back, but Nyamyekwe Awoti Grant makes the clearance. And attacking in front of their traveling supporters, Jahn Regensburg pushing for that second goal, which would give them at least a point from this match against the league leaders. Because as of now, this has been a good performance. But as things stand, they're coming up empty-handed. Axel Borgman. Not the most nimble with the ball at his feet. Bogman, but full of heart to win the ball back. Michelbrink. Short and safe pass to Hahnemann. Let the risk-taking be done by Sigesi. Sigesi, he's going to get on the end of that pass. He's on the byline. Can he cook something up here? Michelbrink. It's a safe shot on target, but Gebhardt didn't take any risks and spilled it for a corner kick. It did bounce just before he was able to get his gloves to it. Didn't try to attempt anything too spectacular, Michelbrink. Just find the target and hope for the best. The 20-year-old low knee from Hertha BSC. Corner kick for the home side. In front of the faithful supporters of De Rotten. Can they get the third? The header bounces out of bounds without any danger. Tim Kampulka. So it's a double substitution this time for Energie Cottbus, and it's Biancadi and Henry Rohrig geared up to come on. It's going to be Timmy Thiele biting at his jersey. Still on 0 goals this campaign. Frustrating for the forward. He gave it his all. Came up short. And Henry Rohrig back to action after a 3-week absence. CJSC perhaps out of gas. Comes off. So not at all like for like. We're seeing an offensive player in CJSC make way for Henry Rohrig, who is a full-back. He does have offensive elements to his game, but by all means, this is a more conservative double substitution by Klaus-Dieter Wollitz. Looking to consolidate the lead, perhaps, but also utilize the breaking pace of Merveille Biancadi. Jahn Regensburg. One of the positives of their match this evening is how they've showcased they can be dangerous in so many different situations, whether it was corner kick, throw-ins, shots from distance, as well as working the ball into the box. They've had opportunities. They just come up against a very strong Marius Funk. And now they may have to defend Henry Rohrig, the substitute. Can he find Biancadi, who's darting into the box? The final ball never came through. But overcommitting Jahn Regensburg. It was just a simple ball over the top for Henry Rohrig. He didn't find the quality in that final pass. Biancadi was unmarked. Gebhardt's clearance is deflected, but in the end, Regensburg hold on to possession. Gebhardt's going to sweep it forward with the inside of his foot. Guara lobs it from where it came from. Fine. Brought down by Axel Borgman. Excessive enthusiasm in his challenge, and we're going to see Dietz come on. And that'll be the end of the day for Oskar Schonfelder. Had quite a good first half, the number 7. And Florian Dietz, center forward, to come on, so can expect a different tactical setup by Michael Wimmer. Obviously smelling that there is an opportunity to pick up a point at the very least. Now has 4 forwards on the pitch. In Aichinga, Hotman, Kulveta, and Florian Dietz. Dietz brings a lot in terms of his work rate. Also has the ability to win headers with his height. We'll see how he's able to impact this match. A little bit over 15 minutes in regulation time before the end of the 90th. Of course, there'll be stoppage time as well, but Jahn Regensburg driving into the box. Cross is a little bit too timid from Aichinga. But similarly to Togay CJSC for Cottbus, Aichinga is that tricky midfielder who also has that quality in the final ball. Also likes to finish himself. Has 5 goals this season, 4 assists. Back from a loan, which was fruitful at Lokomotiv Leipzig. Here he is on the chase again, Noel Aichinga. For winning the battle is Saudi. Full of gas, Simon Saudi. So it appears as if Henry Rohrig, who's a conventional right back, will be playing a little bit ahead of Saudi, but of course still on that wing. It's his goals that have been the difference in this match. Eric Engelhardt. Aside from that, we haven't seen too much of him. Nicknamed the Panzer, which means the tank. Made his return to Energie Cottbus last winter after departing in 2022, and his contributions through goals this season. Now he's the highest goal scorer, well, the top goal scorer in the Dritte Liga this campaign with 13, thanks to his brace this evening. But it's far from over. Jahn Regensburg coming in with an in-swinging cross. Marius Funk stretching his right glove to prevent that cross, which was on target, from finding the back of the net. For all the luster they showed in the first half, Energie Cottbus are lacking so in the second. Aichinga almost disguising that cross, well, that shot. Something from the training ground, perhaps. Adrien Fein with a wave of the hand. It's an out-swinging corner. It's a driven trajectory. It's picked up outside the box. Will we see another good delivery? A shot on target. Cottbus struggling to deal. Almost looking second best in all the challenges. And it's a deserved equalizer for the away side. Kulveta in front of the traveling supporters. I mean, since his first goal of the match, things were trending towards an equalizer. Credit to Michael Wimmer, who made the substitutions, and through a set piece, the variations in the play of Jahn Regensburg were disrupting Energie Cottbus. But I have to say, they were looking weaker in all the duels and the challenges. You can see not so much motion. Awalti Grant completely slow to react. And it's a beautiful chipped finish. Nothing Marius Funk could do there. But it's much too easy. Kulveta found just with a simple header. And he makes them pay. Energie Cottbus have thrown away their 2-goal lead. And Jahn Regensburg rewarded for coming out in this second half with clear intentions. Quite frankly, they could have more than 2 goals in this second half if it wasn't for the heroics of Marius Funk, as well as the crossbar being found by Benedikt Bauer. Very fascinating 10 minutes left in this match before we reach the 90th. Will Energie Cottbus shift their focus from being content with their lead. Of course, they've now removed Tolga Sijesi, who is their main offensive outlet. Bionkadi, the substitute, gets away from a couple of players, sends in a drilled low cross. Regensburg deal with it. Brilliant hold-up play from Dietz, the substitute. That's what he's capable of bringing to the table. Energie Cottbus, too pedestrian, claiming there was offsides on Kulveta. The flag never was raised. Oh, it's a bit of a mental breakdown from Die Roten at the Leag Energie Stadion, and you can hear it in their supporters' frustrations and groans all around. And despite being the league leaders against a side that were battling in the relegation zones for a lot of this first half of the season, Jahn Regensburg have nothing to be ashamed of in terms of their performance. If anything, it's been a complete demonstration of what they can bring and offer offensively and defensively. They were caught out on quick counter-attacking plays, but that is to be expected. Energie Cottbus are the top offense of the Dritte Liga, but in terms of how they managed to make life uncomfortable for Energie Cottbus' defense, it's come from all sides. This was the offside incident that never ended up being one. Kulveta, fortunately, didn't go all the way. Well, he could have. So can the former Zweite Bundesliga side in Jahn Regensburg, relegated from the Zweite Bundesliga last season, inflict a shockwave around the Dritte Liga in the opener of matchday 19? They've already forced for Energie Cottbus to doubt themselves in this match, and they are spoiling the holidays for the supporters who've come today. Of course, perhaps it's a slight exaggeration given that Energie Cottbus have still had a fantastic first half of the season. But with the defeat to Wien Wiesbaden last week, and now a draw at home, which is almost looking like a positive result given how the match has been played out, they may be a side in need of rest. Hotman has won a throw in. The industrious Eric Hotman, who has had such an impact since being back in the side, missed the opening 6 matches of the season due to a knee injury, but he's looking reliable as ever. Bauer's throw in. It's like a plane, the trajectory. Allen Fine, in his attempt to keep the play alive, is captured by Funk. Roric. Referee Dustin Haschmann motions to the sideline, and it's going to be Anderson Lukokwi who makes his return after missing out through suspension. So Leon Guara comes off, so that's a like for like, a left back for left back. Leon Guara perhaps struggling to deal with Benedict Bauer and Eric Hotman towards the end of this match, so Lukokwi tasked with bolting it shut, but also can bring offensively as we see him on the ball here. Lukokwi does already have a goal this season. Lukokwi, can he get on the end of this pass? He does. Goes down in the surface. No penalty. And it's also a goal kick. So although promising in his venture forward, comes up empty-handed. It's Nick Seidel, perhaps dealing with cramp, or he won't be able to continue playing on. Michael Wimmer forced into making a change. Surely will be a defensive player. Wouldn't want to risk undoing the balance of his side. A draw and a point is a very positive result for Jahn Regensburg, all things considered, given that they have only picked up 7 points away from home this season in 9 matches. And it's Nico Oliveira who comes on. He too makes his return from flu. So the fourth substitution of the match sees Nick Seidel make way for Nicolas Oliveira. The 21-year-old, born in Spain, has played for the German under-20 international side. Can he be part of this side that secure the result, or even perhaps search for more? That's yet to be seen. Two at 36 minutes if you're just joining us. There's Energie Cottbus, who were up 2-0 at the halftime thanks to goal scored by Eric Engelhardt, but Christian Kohlwetter got a brace himself and has allowed for the visitors to completely turn the match on its head and shift the entire atmosphere at the Leag Energie Stadion. It's the traveling supporters who are the most raucous at this moment. And given the way things have played out, it's looking as if Jahn Regensburg are going to be more content, unless they've overcommitted. Biancadi patiently waits for the ball, slows down his dribbling, perhaps slowed down too much. And Nicolas Oliveira was able to close down the distance. Oh, he'll regret that chance. Merveille Biancadi. Still on the ball, the number 37. Shifts played wide to the far side. Straudi's cross doesn't clear the first man. Straudi does well to at least block the quick counter. Jahn Regensburg in possession. Quality pass all the way to Benedict Bauer. No, Nicolas Oliveira, excuse me. Oliveira charging forward, unperturbed, fine on the overlap. The cross is blocked. No handball. Oliveira. Energie Cottbus just unable to mount an attack with clear intentions in this second half. It's been a completely different face shown from De Rotten. The league leaders perhaps rested too much on their lead, and a draw would put them 3 points ahead of MSV Duisburg, who are chasing in seconds. Of course, Duisburg will be closing out match day 19 with an away trip to Victoria Cologne. For Jahn Regensburg, this result does them a lot of good in terms of confidence as well, and puts them a point further from Esgeberge Aue, who are in 17th, the first relegation spot. Oh, Biancadi! He won't take his time this time! Unbelievable, Hannemann! With the whole goal to aim for, shoots it straight at Felix Gebhardt. An opening was found by Energie Cottbus late in this match. And that is characteristic of De Rotten as well. Can't forget that they've scored 7 goals of their 42 after the 90th minute. They will surely get chances. It's a side that are never short on belief. And this time Hannemann could have done better, should have done better. Engelhardt lurking. Now Zawati Grant, who came very high up on the pitch. Rorich. Thought about the cross early, but waited a little bit. Lukoki calling for Merveille Biancadi to get closer. He's found in his feet. Biancadi with the entire Jahn Regensburg defense set up. A little bit of a wayward pass, which cuts a little bit of the speed out of this attack. And Gebhardt safely falls on top of the goal. Four minutes of stoppage time shown by the fourth official. Can Energie Cottbus characteristically score with another late goal? Will it remain a 2-2 draw between two sides that have had their moments, that capitalized? Jahn Regensburg undoubtedly had more chances on goal. Marius Funk was exceptional. Energie Cottbus had some great chances as well. Really could have gone either way. Here's Awarty Grant. Injection of pace by Saudi, bursting into the box with two players of Energie Cottbus. Wayward touch from Dietz. For all that he brings in physicality, perhaps his touch isn't the best part of his game. And Felix Strauss forced to clear. He goes to ground and now requesting a little bit of stoppage. It's Leopold Wurm, the 19-year-old. That's 6 caps for the under-20 international side. He's been very solid this evening. Leopold Wurm, for his ripe age, he's going to be one to look out for. It's his first time playing in the Dritte Liga this season. I mean, his first season in the Dritte Liga. Of course, making his 16th appearance for Jahn Regensburg. Final minutes of 2025 Dritte Liga football. The action returns on January 16th, of course. The opening match of match day 20 will be Jahn Regensburg against Ingolstadt at home. Energie Cottbus will be traveling to the out of form Saarbrücken the following day. Dietz. Difficult pass to Benedikt Sala, who in turn returns the favor with another difficult pass. A little over 60 seconds for a decisive goal to be scored. Can there just be one more clear-cut opportunity to blow the top off this game? We've seen so many late goals in this Dritte Liga season so far. Will the spoils be shared, or will there be one side to emerge victorious? Fine. Roric fulfilling his defensive duties. The next possession seems to be the one that's going to be key. Hahnemann wins the header. A little too static from Jahn Regensburg, and it seems as if they're going to be on the back foot for the final chance of this match. Awarty Grant, short of solutions. Lukoki will count on Biancadi. Biancadi gets away from 1-2. No foul, says referee Justin Haasmann. Jahn Regensburg have weathered a storm. Bauer clears it down the line. We've now crossed the 4 minutes of stoppage time, but there was a little bit of an injury to, well, a little bit of a break due to Leopold Wurm taking some time to get back onto his feet. So surely Energie Cottbus can mount one last attack. It's sent in with a long ball. Engelhardt. Challenge, and that's the end of this match. Justin Hassman blows his whistle for the final time. Furious, perhaps, with squandering the lead. Klaus-Dieter Wollitz. Heated discussions, but in the end, a share of the spoils is perhaps what was deserved. SSV Jahn Regensburg had great chances, but were staring at a 2-0 lead going into the halftime. Bringing them out of the fire was Christian Kulvetter with a phenomenal shot from distance, which beat Marius Funk. And then a few minutes later, he got his second, capitalizing on a positive spell. In the end, the league leaders may be champions of autumn, but they'll have to rely on MSV Duisburg not winning against Victoria Cologne, while Jahn Regensburg confirm their positive spree with Michael Wimmer getting a draw away from home at a very difficult venue in the Energie Stadion. Thank you for following the opener of Matchday 19. What a match, and more to come this weekend as we close 2025.